Yeah, good day, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to a product analysis YouTube channel. So, in this tutorial, I'm going to be taking step by step on how to do some brief analysis, but based on our assignment, the one that we have the other day. So, I'm going to show us whether I to say this assignment. Let me open it. So, we have the assignment questions. So, under the SQL assignment assignment question, let me open the question so that we can go through the question first before we go into today's class. So we have the question is question 10. So and then the first one is say retrieve for the record from the data set. So data says data table. So and also the second question is say retrieve all sales where the store location is Lagos and quantity so I'm going to be doing that step by step now, but before I proceed, I would like to create my table and load the data set I'm going to use inside. So now let's go step by step on how to go about that. Let's create table first. So write create table. So after write create table, and our table is going to be public data, so that let me just be public sales data. So after we create the table, then now the next thing we're going to open the bracket, and inside the bracket we're going to be writing the edges of our data. So in our data set, the first one is column ID, and the column ID so it's going to be variable character, that is going to be feature. So and then let's leave the feature, that is the feature width to be 20. So and then going to be primary key, that I told you earlier that any ID is primary key. So we have the to be primary key comma then. So after we're done with that, we will go to other date. So and the other date, let me put underscore. So other date too as well. Other date is going to be timestamp. So and we use not for that. So put not there. Let me increase the field so that you're able to see what I'm doing very clearly. Let me show you so that you're able to see what I'm doing well. So now let's zoom it a bit. Okay, so you can see my code very well now. So not known. So after that, I put comma. So the next one will also have customer ID based on our data set. Let me open the data set, assignment data. So you see all this what I'm using there. So just copy the head. So we already copied the head, so the head is not here. So we have this here in our data set. So if you check the second one is for date. So and the date also, the date is timestamp. So this one now is variable character feature. So for that column, so I'm going to set it to be feature too as well. So that will be customer ID. That is the customer name. So we have it to be name. That's the customer name. So under the customer name, so it's going to be feature variable character, then we limit it to 100. So after we limit to 100, so we say not now. So and after we say not now, we come out, then go back to the next one. So the next one is going to be for the product category. Okay, so that product category, clothes and toys, groceries and everything. So under the product category, so write product category. So product category, so put the underscore there too as well. So now the product category. So under the product category, we have it to be variable character as well. So and variable character that we have there too is going to be 50. Let me put there to 50. So make sure you put not now in front of it too as well. So that will be not now. So that will be not now. So after we are done with that, we also need to go to next column. So comma. So let me go to next column. Then the next column is also going to be, so we have the product category. So now we are having product name. So under the column we have here. So product category, product name. So that be jean and sneakers and all. So now let's come here and write product name. So that will be product name. So and under the product name, so we also have that one to be variable character, that will be fascia. Then if you write fascia, make sure you limit to 100, so 100 will be our limit for the width. So after that, we also have to put not null. So not null in front of it. So not null is to eradicate any empty column that is going to be in your data set. So if you have limit to not null, so it's going to remove every empty cells in your data set. So it's going to make it to be filled, make it to be accurate. So now after we are done with the not product name, so the next column now is quantity sold. Right, quantity underscore sold, quantity sold. So and quantity sold, the value that is there is integer. So if you check your columns, also integer. So now let's check. So check, then open bracket. So under this one, everything that is there is numeric. So you use quantity, instead of not null, you use quantity. So underscore sold, you write it again. So underscore sold, then you greater than, you put greater than 0. So after you press greater than 0, you close the bracket. Then you go to the next one too as well. So you come here, and come to this part. So go to the next one too. So and also if you want to check that one, so that was also unit price. So you have quantity sold, unit price, and total price in our data column here. So which I'm still going to put in the video description so that you're able to download data sets for practice. So now we have the unit price. That will be unit price. So our unit price is going to be numeric. So after you write numeric, so check the data set, you see that is decimal. So we have it to be decimal. So 50.23, so is decimal. So we have it to be decimal. After you put the numeric, then the next one I'm going to do is just to put the decimal sign. So we have two. So in two decimal place, you have 10, 12. So then you also check it, so that unit price, open bracket, unit price, unit underscore price, unit price. So after you put unit price, then you check it to be greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. Yes, greater than or equal to 0. So then after that, now we move to the next one. The next one is total unit price. So that will be total price, total price to the total price. So now after that, we also indicate that one to also to be numeric. So numeric, then open the bracket for it. So it's going to be 10, let's use 12. So 12, 2. So now after we are done with that, we also check, then open the brackets and write total underscore price. So now total underscore price, then after you've written that, you say greater than or equal to 0. So now after you are done, you put command there. So after we're done with that, we move to the next column, and the next column is store location. So let me write it first. So you write store underscore location. So store location, then inside the store location, what will you have there? Check your data. So under the column you have name. So you have Kano, Abuja, all those stuff. So it's fashion variable character. Then after you have variable character, then you come here, open your bracket. So inside the variable character, you need 200. Let me open bracket, so that's 100. So now after rolling it to 100, then you press comma. So let's come to the next one, salesperson. So I'll place salesperson. So now after we write salesperson, we also limit that one people, because salesperson is the name of the people that is selling the goods. So you have to be 100. So when we are done now, come back here, then put comma there. So after I put the comma, then run this query to create your table. So let me run my query from here down to this place. There execute. So our table has already created. Wow. So now after your table has been created, go there. So now come down a bit. refresh this table. So you don't see the data here, refresh it, so it's going to come on. You see that's come up. Now let's import the data set. So you click on that, you click on the assignment data, so and press OK. So it's going to load the data set successfully. So we have loaded the data set successfully in our query. So now let's come here and started solving that assignment one by one. The question number one, based on the question number one, it said that we should retrieve all the record from the sales data table. So now for us to retrieve all the record from the sales data table, how can we go about that? So now for us to get that, we just select, you say select, but let me come here and write question one. So question one answer. So after we write question one answer, now let's answer the question. Say select, put the asterisk there, say select from so we have public dot sales data. So now we underscore data. So after that we put this one, let's execute so that you can be able to do the data set. So after we are done, let's execute. So we have seen our results. So this is the table. So it has retrieved the data for us and it has shown us the entire data set. So and you can see this is the list of our data set. Sharp. So now that's the first question. So for this next question, we have the next question to be, well, let me say question two answer. So for the question two answer, so is it retrieve all the sales where the store location is Lagos. So that is it retrieve all sales where the store location is Lagos and quantity sold is more than 2. So how can we do this? I want to answer this question. So what I'm going to do is just to select. So use select function, say select, then you put the select from public, you put public. Don't forget you are working with the public sales, so you say public sales, then underscore data. So after you select from your data, that means you have summoned the data set that you are using. So after you select them, after that you now say where, come here, right, where, okay. So where store location, put the quotation underscore, where store location is equal to, remember where we are looking for, say Lagos, right? So we say where Lagos store location in Lagos and quantity sold is less than 2. We are focusing on Lagos alone. Other store location, everything we are going to calculate from there, to extract from there is Lagos. So nothing again, just Lagos alone. So the list of the Lagos inside our data set is going to summon everything out for us. So now we have this thing. We just click on this now, put the quotation mark. Let me come back here. Then put just one quotation mark and write Lagos. Then after write Lagos, now say and quantity underscore sold. So now you say it's greater than 2, then put quotation semicolon. So now after you are done with this, let's execute and see how it's going to give us an answer. You see that bring all, if you see this column now, for this one under the store location, what do you see there? It's only Lagos. So it brought up the Lagos alone for us. So Lagos details and then the quantity sold for Lagos that is greater than 2 upward, and we have it to be the name of the product name is Thinkers pen, notebook and all. So and you can see that there's no 2 under the quantity sold there. You have from 4, from 3 upward. So there's nothing like 2 there. So that's what you are asking us to do in the question 2, and that's how to go about that. So now for the question 3, you come here to the question 3. Let's check for the question 3. What did you say? You say list the top 5 highest sales transactions based on total price. Wow, that's very good. That's very good question. So now let's go there. So if you want to answer this question, you write question, let's say question 3 answer. So for question 3 answer now. So let's come there. So we want to answer this. You just say, let's say select, put the answer from public. Focusing on public, say that public this public dot sales underscore data. So now after you have selected from this now, because you say list the top 5 highest sales transaction based on total price. So now we have this. So we just come here under this after you summon it, and now say that you want to order it. Say order by total price. So you say total underscore price, then you have to descend to descending, and then you limit it, because it want to be list, you want to arrange it order. So we want to arrange it to descending order. That will be coming from the highest top 5 alone. So it's going to be coming from highest down to the lowest. So that's what we use descending, DESC, that's descending order from the highest to the lowest. So and we want to limit it to 5 because that's what our question asks us to do. So we say only 5 highest one. So then we limit it to 5. After you limit to the 5, then put the command there, then let's execute it. Let's go there. So now let's execute. So if we execute it, so it's going to list the highest one for you. So for the total price. So and you can see, let me check total price. So this is the total price. So this is the highest one from the list of our total price, and starting from here, it's only 5 that is show for us. That's that. So for the question 4, let's go there. So let's say question 4 answer. So for us to answer these two, so let's come. We want to show, let me check the question. I think it says show the tables total sales, total price made by each salesperson. So we want to show the total sales, total price made by each salesperson. How can you go about that? So it says select salesperson. We are focusing on salesperson now. So if you say salesperson, then put comma, then after that we want to sum, because that's what we do. We want to sum the total price, so becomes total sales. So everything that will be under total price is going to become total price. You say as total sales, So that's so we want to change the column of total price to total sales. So now, and everything that's under it will be calculated to be this. So now after we are done with that, you now say from public, let's say public dot sales underscore data. So now then let's group it. We want to group it, group by salesperson, comment salesperson. So now after that we execute this to give us an answer. So let's come here and execute. So it has organized everything for us now. So it's already removed the total price column and then sum everything together. So all the duplicates we have in our data set has been combined together. So Fatima can occur 10 times or 4 times in the list. So it has compressed everything under the salesperson to be 1 now. So all the total of the Fatima and Musa in our column, this is it. So any appearance, it can appear 4 times, can appear 100 times. So it has calculated together to give us this total. Now for the Segun Bello, this is the total of Segun Bello too as well. You compress everything. Maybe Segun Bello is 100 times as we call in our data set. Add everything together to give us this. So today Owolabi 2. So the total of today Owolabi in our list. So today Owolabi can duplicate by 4 times or 100 times or 20 times. So compare everything together, add everything together, total it everything for us here. So this is the total for every one of them. So now let's go there. So I've gotten that. Now for the question, let's say question 5. So answer. So for us to get that question 5 answer, yeah, let me briefly say, let me check. I think I have the question. So we say find the total quantity of each product sold in each store. So we want to find the total quantity of each product sold in each store. So how can you get that? You just select to the asterisk from, so the store. Okay, so let's find the store location, because it says store location, so we have the store location. So let's go there first. So we are starting from the store location. Now after you start, select store location, then you say product name. So just find the total quantity of each product. I don't know if you get it. Each product sold in each store location. So you find the product name first now, because we are focusing on both aspects. So you put that product name. So now after that, we comma. So now let's go there. Now we now sum the quantity sold. So quantity underscore sold, quantity underscore sold. So now you sum it as total underscore quantity. So quantities underscore sold. So now after we are done with that, we want to look our data set from the public sales data. That will be from public dot sales underscore data. So after we are done, we have to group it, because we are looking at the quantity sold in each store location. We group it by store location. That will be grouped by store location, by store underscore location. Then we also have the product name too as well, because we are grouping by store location and product name. So product sold and each store location. So now product name, store location, then let me put product name better. Yeah, so now we are good to go. So let me execute this, see the result. So we have it now. So this is the only, we have a store location Lagos. So the product name is jacket, the total quantity sold is 4. So for the total code now, we have board game, that's the board game. So and everything, the total code sold is board game, and how many quantity of it is sold. So for cap is under total code, the quantity that is sold there is 6. So for Lagos shoe as well, we have also t-shirt, how many? 1. So that arrange everything for us. So if you check Abuja too, Abuja sold only sold notebook, and also sold toy car. They also sold toy car. So and their quantity is in front of it. So select it and arrange everything for us. As simple as that. That's good. That's good. That's good. So now let's go to question. Let's go to question 6. So let's see question 6 answer. So for question 6 now, let me check. Question 6 says count how many orders were made in each product category. Count how many orders were made in each product category. So for us to get that, you say select product category. So because I focus on that product category. So now put comma. So now under that you want to count. You count. That's the question now. Let me show you again. You don't see it. Is it count how many orders were made in each product category. So you have to count. So now count. After you count, open brackets, you say order. Order underscore ID. So focus on the ID. You count the ID as what? You count the ID as order count. So that would be order count underscore count. So now after you are done, you say you want to calculate from public data set. That's our normal data set. From public dot sales underscore data. So now after you're done with that, go down. So now let's say we want to group it. Group we want to group by product category. So like a product product, okay, c product underscore category, product category. So now let's execute this. See, so let me execute. So we have it now. So it has proved everything. So this is the product category. So this is the product category. So and it has count orders, how many orders were made in each product category. So under the product category, they make order of 15 for groceries, they make order of 6 for electronics, they make order of 12 for toys, they make order of 21 for clothing, and stationery is 6. So that's the orders. That's the order they made for each and one of them. So now for the question 7, that's the question 7 answer. So for us to do that, so let me check the question first. It say list all customer names that contain the word John. That one are simple things. You just select, you just come here, let's say select. I didn't even expect anybody to miss down. So select distinct. So after I select this thing, you say customer underscore name. Let me write it underscore name. I'm pressing cap lock. So customer underscore name. So that will be you select from the public data. So that's public dot sales underscore data. So now after that you will say where I say list all the customer name that contain the word John. So if you want to examine that, so we say where the customer name is like, let me put, you say I like this also is a command in SQL. I like, then after you write I like, then you come here, put the percent, but before you put, let me put this quotation mark, put the percent, then you write John, then after you write John, you put the percent to again. So and after you put the percent, yes, now go out, then put the comma there. So now let's run this. I like is a conference we use to identify value now. So you see that's giving us the value that is John Bennett and John Tuna. Those are the two John we have in our data set. So those are the two John we have in our data set. So that's giving us that. So now let's go to question 8. So have the question 8 answer. So now want to let me check. So say show sales transaction between January 15, 2025 and March 15, 2025. So want to show sales transaction between January 15 and 2025 and March 15, 2025. How can we show that? So say select, put the asterisk. Say select from public dot sales. So then after you write sales, it says that sales data where order underscore date, is greater than or equal to, let me put that 2025 slash 01 slash 15. Let me check the question very well. So okay, 15 March 15. So you put that'll be 15 first. So now after you are done, so for that now do for the March too. So and order underscore date is less than. So that one is for greater than 2025, and now it's lesser than or equal to, because that's the question. So that you should find 2025 March 2025. So between 2025 and that'll be January 15, 2025 and March. So we are looking at that range. So use for greater than 2025 0115, and when it's lesser than 2025 and 20, let me put that 2025, that's 2025 slash 03 slash 15 slash 15. Then after you are done, put that exam. So we are good to go now. We are good to go, good to go, good to go. So now let me execute this. So we execute this now sharp. So you can see that giving us the what we are looking for. So these are the dates. You see the date that is there can never exceed that limitation that you put there. So you stop at the what 2025 15. So I'm starting from January. So now you check it everything. So see that's the limitation. I have to put that rate. So it will show us the transaction between January 15, 2025 and March 15. So these are the transaction lists. That transaction list within that range. So now we have done. So now let's say we want to answer question 9. So we want to answer question 9. So for us to answer the question 9 now, for us to answer question 9, let me check. So it say retrieve record of sales with total price greater than average total price. So now I love this. So we want to answer this question now. So it say retrieve record of sales with total price greater than the average total price. Simple as that. So just select, say select. So put the select from public. Put that public dot sales underscore data. Public dot sales underscore data. So where total underscore price, underscore price is greater. So open the bracket. So inside that bracket we are going to put something. So you just say select here, select avg, that will average. So and inside that average you will have it to be total, underscore price, underscore price. So let's say we want to select from public sales data. So we are looking at the public. Let me select from public sales data. So now I have the public dot sales underscore data. So now after you are done with this, so the bracket, the last bracket, you just put the comma there. So now let's execute this sharp. Let's execute this and see what it's going to give us. So we have this result. It was where, so it has retrieved the record of the sales with the total price greater than the average price. So let's come here, see that price. So this is that price. So this is that price. So that price is greater than the average price. Now that's, so it has shown us everything. So let me check. So total price is greater than the average. So and we have 26 of them. 26 out of the list of, the data set is very bigger than. So these are the record of sales with total price greater than the average total price. These are the list. So we have this now. We have this. Thank God. So now for the last question, which is question 10. Let me check that too. Question 10 is say find store location that made more than 1,000 naira. So we want to find the store location of question 10 answer. Question 10 answer. So we want to answer that. So we come. So we want to answer that. So now what we are going to do here is that make sure you focus on the question. You say you should select, find the store location that made more than 1,000 total sales. So you select, say select store location. You say select store location. So after you select store location, come here. Okay. So let me come and then use my so that it will not be disturbing me. So say store location, that will be underscore store location. So now after that you put comma, so you now say sum. You want to sum the total price. I'll open bracket, total underscore price, total underscore price as total underscore sales, total underscore sales. And then you want to also select from, let's say from public, public dot sales underscore data. So underscore data. Okay, so now after we are done with that, we have to group it by, because on our question say that find the store location that made more than 1000 in total sales. So group it by store location, by store location. Then after I group by store location, then you now say having the data set that is there. So having also is also a command in a query. So you say having underscore price. So that's why I told you that SQL is just like chatting with queries, like communicating with query. So this is that. So now I have it to 1000. So it's a way of communicating with queries with your data set. So that will load in database, that will create in database. So it's a way of communicating it. So now let's execute this and see our result. So we have the store location that made more than 10,000. The first one is Kano, second one is Lagos, and then and what again? Port Harcourt. So these are the store locations that made more than 1,000. So their price is higher. The total sales of their thing is higher than 10,000. So the total sales is higher than 10,000. So these are the list. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more video like this. So I'm still going to be doing more fun videos on this channel. I will be pushing here. So please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more video and for more content. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you so much. God bless you.